Thank you for staying with us on the program. Of course, you can be part of the conversation. The hashtag is the hashtag politics today, of course, and the handles are there on Twitter at CTV Politics or at Sheung Oking, and we get your comments and your opinions live on the screen there. The breaking news that we are following right now at Channels Television is the Supreme Court judgments that have just come in. The Supreme Court affirmed the election of Mr. Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State. Justice Kudirat Kekereekun set aside the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which initially nullified the election of Mr. Wike. The ruling was a unanimous judgment by a 7-man panel of the Apex Court. Reasons for today's judgment will be proffered on the 12th of February. In addition, the panel also upheld the election of Senator Ibukunle Amosun, the governor of Ogun State, as the duly elected governor. Justice Kuma Haka, who read the lead judgment, dismissed the appeal filed by Mr. Adegboyega Isiaka on the ground that it lacks merit. It's part of the stories that we are following right here, right now, and we want to get you talking about this matter. But let me bring in Mr. Akpedeye, a legal practitioner, a senior advocate of Nigeria, to give us his perspectives and the legal perspective, of course, on these matters that we are talking about. Thank you so much, Mr. Akpedeye, for joining us from London. And let's get your thoughts on the legality of what just played out today in Kogi State, precisely at the capital of the state in Lokoja, where the governor was sworn in but without a deputy. What is the legal perspective on this? What does the law say?
Hi, Joe. Good to have you again. Good to be with you again. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Well, what is unfolding in Kogi State is very interesting. An operation we've never seen before. We're sworn a governor without a deputy, as it were. The constitution is obviously clear on a joint ticket between the governor and the deputy governor to make a wholesome package. Now, what was happening to Kogi today, we saw it coming before it happened. Supposedly, the man who ought to be the deputy governor, Honorable Faleke, said very early in the day that he was not going to run with Yahya Bello because he thought it was his mandate, and it indeed had gone to court. The challenge we get today is quite an aberration. We've not seen it before. It's never happened in our legal history. And so the court will have to interpret one way or the other what the true legal position is. Will the governorship sustain without a deputy being sworn alongside? Or, as it were, will that truncate the process? That is all in the open right now, all up in the air. And in due course, we eventually will know exactly what will happen. But I will tell you, it's an aberration. It's not a usual process. And we'll wait for the interpretation of the court. All the parties are in the court as well. If you remember, Faleke had said that the election concluded in the first round because they thought he had enough, most did not vote to have been declared the governor elect at that time. And but his party thought otherwise when there was a rerun, and then they came up with as it were, Yahya Bello, who today has been sworn in a governor without a deputy.
Tell me what you make of the fact that we saw. First was the fact that the supplementary elections, it shows clearly that there was no deputy governorship candidate which ran in that particular election. It looks clearly that Mr. Yahya Bello was the only one who ran on the platform of his party, as Mr. James Faleke said, is standing down at that election. Of course, we know that his name is with INEC. Legally, in the eyes of the law, he still remains, of course, the deputy governorship candidate of the party at that time. And we are seeing this happen again. But tell us, can there be a vacuum in that particular seat, especially when after an inauguration on a day like this? Can there be a vacuum in that office? How important is that office, the office of the deputy governor?
Shehu, that's why I say it was an aberration. It is an aberration and an unusual circumstance. Now, you must see the argument for and against it. When Faleke had insisted that he wouldn't run along with Yahya Bello, the argument then against it was that the time frame under which he could step down had expired, so he couldn't really say he was not a candidate. But here, well, you need to look at the circumstances that led to these facts. Suddenly, the incumbent then, or the man who was running for the governorship died. And so in terms of time, there was not enough time. The time provided by both the electorate and the constitution has since allowed for him to genuinely resign or step down as a deputy governor candidate. But the real effect was that he did not contest that post as deputy governor-elect or deputy governor candidate, and so did not translate into becoming deputy governor-elect. That being the case, the question now that really will bother everybody is, can you truly, if the constitution has provided that you must run as a ticket, both the governorship candidate and the deputy governorship candidate, and one person outrightly tells the whole world that I'm not a candidate for election, can you validly elect that man without a deputy? Those are matters before the court, which matters now will allow us to say, subdue this, and which we must look into and stay back and see how it unfolds. Mind you, there are other plethora of cases that exist in this. If you remember also, the PDP are in court saying that the candidacy is theirs, and people are challenged whether. So you have the fight on the APC angle on one hand, and you have the fight from PDP on the other hand. All these matters will unfold. Like I said, it's an aberration, it's an unusual circumstance, and we'll see how it works out eventually.